Everybody has watched The Polygamist. You know the main character, Jonas. And people have their own opinion. But now I was scrolling somewhere in one of the social medias and I have been following this girl. And let me tell you, this girl just defined something that most of us are taking it lightly concerning The Polygamist, the movie itself, and the character, the way people have been defining it. Others have been taking it on a personal level. Others has created, like they have created something different, But now I want you to listen to her. I follow her because this girl is dripping knowledge. Like she is literally dripping knowledge. So come along.
If you watched The Polygamist and got triggered, I'm here to break down something for you that you're in denial of. This is for the lover girls, but today is Father's Day, and I want to give the good men their flowers. The day you fully awaken the divine feminine within you, you will hold no resentment for the other gender. Why? Because suddenly you will only be able to attract the people that match your frequency. In short, the good men that I'm about to describe today and how the lover girls can find them, these are men you can only land once you've done the inner work. Here's the thing that we are in denial of. What we are able to attract is what we are. In today's era, women define good men as providers. And to me, that is a poverty mentality. Because you don't have your own, you're looking for somebody to take care of you. This is why we have so many Jonases. Because you simply can't fathom that providence is the bare minimum. I think I have enough receipt to talk about this because I've walked away from men who bought me cars, properties, because my self-love beats anything that is materialistic. I think women need to understand their responsibility in this whole shenanigan of the world. The divine masculine exists, not out there in space on this mother earth. This is for the lover girls watching. They exist. They come into your space once you've done the necessary work within. They don't just land as manna from heaven. You've got to be able to attract that type of man within your sphere. There are men who respect women. There are men who give women a chance when other women look down on women. I am a woman in corporate. I strategize for brands for a living. I help businesses scale their visibility and revenue across the globe. I've walked into boardrooms whereby nobody knew me. Both men and women in that room didn't know me. And guess the people have cut me a check in millions. Men, without expecting anything else in return. They simply believe in your skill set and your ability and the value you bring on the table. There are good men just the way there are good women. And then we have a majority of Jonases. Why? Because women have given them the mile. Women have built their ego. Do you think if women walked away from toxicity the minute they spot it, do you think we'd have those kind of men on Mother Earth? And this is not me taking the responsibility away from men. No, I'm just telling the women, you have the choice. You have the ability to choose who you tolerate and share your divine feminine gifts with. There are men who recognize the power that women hold. There are men who will worship the ground you walk on because they know the blessings you bring in their lives. There's also this argument around chores. And I'm always asking myself, why are you with a man who cannot get in the kitchen? Because to be honest, and I have a son, but I also have an incredible partner. I think he's in the kitchen more than I am in the kitchen, despite us having a help. Why? Because there are men who recognize that as much as the house is decorated by a woman, it's equally the home. The kitchen is also theirs. Show up wholesomely. They understand that providence is the bare minimum. It's not just the money they bring on the table. It's also how do they shop for the family. It's a weekend today. There are men who woke up in the kitchen to make their family breakfast. There are men who dedicate today as a barbecue day for the family. Even Jonasi, Neo barbecue days. What I'm saying is, let's not vilify other human beings. There are women who are callous just as men. When are we going to talk about this? Here's what I'm saying to the lover girls. There is a chance for you to find what you're looking for out there. It exists, but you're going to have to do the heavy lifting, which means you're going to have to do the work. I promise you, once you do the work that is necessary, for example, you will never run into somebody that mishandles you. Your womb won't even allow it. Your womb will not even bear fruit for a man who is a deadbeat. Your womb will literally refuse. You'd think you're barren, but your womb is telling you, no, I can see ahead. I'm not going to allow this happen. If women can take the chance to work on themselves, you look at men and meet them at par. And the men that come into your life will value you as a partner. A man who's confident in his identity does not need you as a woman to shrink your identity so that they can expand. You need to be able to spot red flags from a mile away. But you do this once you've done the work. You also need to be able to be very stable and have your own source of income so that men with money don't seem like gods to you. Most of you treat wealthy men like they're mini gods on Mother Earth. You fall in love because somebody's putting bread on your table, because you are unable to put bread on your table yourself. The minute you're able to do it, you look at it as bare minimum. Some of you have flown out, and then you think, wow, I've finally gotten to that level, because you're unable to fly yourself out on first class. Do the work. And I'm sorry to say, but some of us are lazy. You cannot afford the lifestyle that you dream of. And so when somebody offers you that lifestyle, you suddenly put them on a pedestal. Now your standards come down. Now you allow them to bring an extra person in your home. Because what? I need my food on the table. Now you allow mistreatment because you're in love based on what they offer. It doesn't matter how many years you've been with somebody. The minute they disrespect the union, why are you still in that setup? And some of you will say, we have kids. Yes, and then what? I don't think you guys recognize that children can see a home that has love and a home that is depleted of. Children are not blind. And what you're teaching your children is to accept the bare minimum. To the men who are watching this, the biggest gift you can give your child is to love their mother wholesomely and let them witness that. You'd rather be a single mom out there, leave a lot of society criticizing single moms. But you're raising a child who's seeing a healthy dynamic. People come in all shades. The color you attract to you, the caliber you attract to you is what you are and the work you've done within. I am not even scared to share this kind of snippets, because if someday I wake up and the person I call the love of my life decides to mishandle me, I'm going to hold my head up high and I'm going to walk out of the door. Why? Because I know the value and who I am at the core. Happy Father's Day to the men who do right by the women, to the men who show up and respect women, to the men who show up and look after women, to the men who show up and hold women accountable, to the men who show up and give women a chance. Today, we celebrate you. We celebrate the role you play in your homes, the role you play in the world, the role you play in your communities. You don't get enough credit because the bad men get enough of the airtime. Today is your day. Happy Father's Day. I want you to recognize that we value what you people do. We value the role you play. To the divine masculine watching this, the world is a better place because you exist in it. Teach the men around you to follow into your footsteps. Teach the younger men that you're nurturing to do better by the divine feminine. We need a world that embraces each other in the right form. Happy Father's Day.